In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on September 2nd, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Western Michigan versus Michigan State. The Michigan State Spartans play host to the Western Michigan Broncos on Friday night in the season opener for both teams from Spartan Stadium. Western Michigan was able to finish off 2022 winning 3 of 4, including their bowl game, while the Spartans had one of their best seasons in recent memory, dropping only 2 games. It doesn't come as a surprise that Michigan State has dominated the series between the two teams, including winning each meeting over the last decade, most recently a 51-17 win in 2019. Michigan State will be heavy favorites in this one, though the Broncos will want to show some pride in this edition of the in-state rivalry. The Broncos are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 non-conference games and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 in September. Western Michigan is 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 versus the Big Ten. Meanwhile, the Spartans are 2-0-2 against the spread in the last 4 in September and 5-0-2 against the spread in the last 7 at home. Michigan State is 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 Friday games. The Western Michigan Broncos will take a short bus ride to East Lansing to take on the Michigan State Spartans on Friday night. The Broncos are coming off of a decent 7-5 season in 2021 and will rely heavily on their running back duo of Ladarius Jefferson and Sean Tyler. Defensively, the secondary should once again be as stingy as they come. For the Spartans, they return quarterback Peyton Thorne and star wideout Jaden Reed but lose arguably the best running back in all of college football last year in Kenneth Walker III. Even if they've found his heir, the real question for this Michigan State team is whether or not they've fixed their atrocious pass defense from 2021 that was last in the nation in yards allowed per game at 337.7. It's clear that the oddsmakers are giving this Spartan team a lot more respect than they did a season ago. In 2021, they were favored by this much just once, and that came against Youngstown State. Western Michigan wasn't a great team against the spread last season, but they did end the year 2-0 with both games being played away from home. This should be a solid ball game for the first half or so. But come on now, our people are giving a good Western Michigan team 3 touchdowns. I know they have questions at quarterback, but that's a lot for an 8-5 bowl winning team from a year ago. They do return those 3 linebackers to an experienced defense that expects to give the Spartans, who will be still tuning up for their Big Ten schedule, trouble in this opening game. Michigan State will pull away late, but not enough to cover the spread. Ride with the Broncos. So Western Michigan to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both of these groups coming off of 2021 seasons where the offenses turned quite a few heads. The Broncos have some turnover at quarterback, which could set them back slightly, but still have a game plan and confidence against Power 5 opponents to put up some points. For the Spartans, having some of the best wide receiver depth in the Big Ten will be evident in this one, and any issues moving the ball on the ground will be rectified through the air. Both sides did lose some key players, but they should still be quite prolific regardless. And until Michigan State actually proves they can stop anybody throwing the football, it's impossible to put any sort of faith in them yet. The Broncos finished out last season on a 6-2 run in terms of the over. Additionally, 4 of the last 5 regular season games in 2021 resulted in the over for Michigan State. The Western Michigan defense was good last year, but it was good against MSC competition. Additionally, the over was 4-1 for Western Michigan in their last 5 games of 2021, while also 5-1 for Michigan State's last 6 games on grass. This total seems somewhat low for 2 offenses that are coming off of seasons in which they each averaged 30+ points per game. This game has shootout potential written all over it, and it's very possible to see 60 combined points or more between the two. Plenty of touchdowns will be scored tonight. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Virginia Tech versus Old Dominion. Old Dominion and Virginia Tech hook up in the season opener for each team, and the Monarchs beat the Hokies the last time facing them at home. Virginia Tech was 6-7 last season, but they have a new head coach in Brent Pry and new offensive coordinator in Tyler Bowen. The Hokies beat the Monarchs in 2017 and in 2019, but both those games were at home, and they lost to them in 2018, giving up 49 points. Old Dominion started 1-6 last season, but won 5 in a row before losing to Tulane in the Memphis Bowl. This is their first season in the Sun Belt Conference and also the first time in their history opening the season at home against a Power 5 team. The Monarchs have high hopes for this season, returning 17 starters, and head into this season opener as a 7.5 points home underdog. Virginia Tech is 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 road games and 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 non-conference games, while the under is 4-0 in their last 4 games in September. Old Dominion is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games overall and 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 home games, while the under is 4-1 in their last 5 games against the Atlantic Coast Conference. The Monarchs returned 17 starters, including their QB and top 2 RBs that combined to rush for 1,688 yards last season. That is far different from the Hokies, who not only have a new QB and head coach but also lost their top rusher and top 2 WRs. The run game for the Hokies is a big issue with injuries already early in the season. While Grant Wells was a nice get at QB, he still has turnover issues that make it hard to trust him, and while Old Dominion is far from a world beater, they have a solid offense with lots of returning pieces and a pretty good defense. While Tech is the road favorite in this game, they have failed to cover the spread in their last 4 non-conference games. On the other side of the coin, Old Dominion has covered in 5 of their last 6 non-conference games. Look for those trends to continue this Friday night. At home, the Monarchs will move the ball on the ground, and while their D may give up points, the team will keep it close, and they will, at least, cover the spread. This could be one of the more surprising results of Week 1 on the surface, but I believe that there's value here with the Monarchs and the points to keep this one within a touchdown. The line here keeps shrinking the closer we get to game time. That's because Vegas is realizing that the smart money is on Old Dominion here, so Old Dominion to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. I look for Old Dominion to have a lot of success running the ball. The team scored at least 47 points in 2 of their last 4 games of the regular season last year behind Watson, who rushed for over 100 yards in 6 of the last 7 games. The Hokies are really banged up in the backfield and have a young WR core. However, I look for Grant Wells, who passed for over 3,500 yards last season, to play well and for Tech to move the ball. Both teams lost some key defenders, especially Virginia Tech, and each defense will have growing pains in this game. While this game may not be a huge shootout, it will be far from a defensive game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Temple versus Duke. The college football season takes off with 2 clubs looking to turn things around after disappointing 2021 seasons as the Temple Owls take on the Duke Blue Devils on Thursday. Both teams are coming off 3-9 records, with Temple losing their last 7 games of the season. Duke lost their final 8 games of the year, so both teams will be looking to try to get off to good starts to break losing streaks. These clubs have played each other just one time in the last 20 years, a 56-27 victory for Duke in December 2018. The Owls are 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 road games and 5-16 against the spread in their last 21 games overall. The Blue Devils are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 versus Atlantic Coast Conference and 0-6 against the spread in their last 6 games overall. The over is 5-2 in Owls' last 7 versus Atlantic Coast Conference. The over is 18-7-1 in Blue Devils' last 26 home games. Both teams are going to take some time to bond under their new head coaches. However, Temple has a much better defense than what Duke should produce, especially early in the season. Plus, the running back combination they have in Hubbard and Norwood should help them to push the ball on the ground and have success against this suspect Blue Devils defense. Temple does return a lot of players on both sides of the ball, and you have to assume things will be better. The Duke Blue Devils are the more talented team, but they're replacing a lot of key players on both sides of the ball and have a new head coach. I wouldn't be shocked if Duke gets off to a sluggish start as it tries to find an identity. This could be a blah game from both teams where they try to knock the rust off. At this point, no one can expect much out of this Duke offense, so the Temple Owls to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. This total is a pretty solid one. Duke had the worst defense in college football last season, while Temple did not have a very good group either. However, neither of these offenses did very much last season. Duke was able to move the ball, but could not score points, and Temple struggled to produce points over the final 7 weeks of the season. Not much has changed. In fact, it would not be surprising to see these teams regress through the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season. That keeps this game a low-scoring contest. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.